Hey guys, welcome to Twinka Movies Club. So, this is our very first episode. Yay! So today I'm here with my producer, Twin,
Yo,
and we have a good show prepared for y'all today. So, the movie of choice was All That We Destroy. It's located on your Hulu streaming service. For the month of January, all the movies going to be on Hulu. So there you go. But it's part of the Into the Dark series. Now, why we picked this movie, it was random. 100. It was random.
Yeah, keep it 100.
All right, so we're gonna go over real quick. The director was Chelsea Peters. Some of the lead characters: Samantha Mathis, Israel Bossold, Aurora.
Perry new?
Yeah.
Perry, I don't know.
Yes, forgive us, please. But the release date for the film was 2019. And I do need to give out a spoiler alert. So the movie club is going over detailed information about the movie. So please watch the movie prior to listening, or if you don't mind, spoilers, then hey, stay listening. So all right, so we're gonna go over a brief description of this movie. So the overview is pretty much is a Dr. Harris. She has a son that is dealing with issues. She thinks that he may be a serial killer. So what she developed the capability to clone. So pretty much she is making clones for her son in a to use as therapy in a sense to overcome his killing sensations or to try to mask those killing sensations. So our characters, we have Dr. Harris, we have Spencer, which is her son. Then there's Ashley, which is the hitchhiker that is sadly murdered. And then there's Marissa, the girl next door. All right, so let's see. So let's start off with I think the main talking point would be if you're a parent, how far are you willing to go for your child?
I mean, that's a tough one. Being a parent like I am and you are. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
if you find out your child's a serial killer, like, are you, you're covering up for them, or what you gonna do? Like,
it depends. Why you kill this person?
Not the fact that you did it, but why?
Shit, I mean, some parents would even like, oh, you caught a body? Shit, we finna go hide that motherfucker. We finna go dump this body somewhere. Other parents like, no, you're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it depends on what kind of parent you are, why they killed that person, and the extent that you would go to protect your family or your child. Because some people let them go to jail. And if you hide that body, both of y'all go to jail if they find it.
What else you gotta do a good job at it? You gotta watch a couple episodes of Power to understand how to, get rid of the body.
Or Breaking Bad, they dissolve in acid, never seen again. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the answers are there. You just gotta Google them. How to get rid of it.
Shit,
but
that's a trail of evidence. I'm pretty sure. If they watching social media, they also watching Google. They want to look at everybody that search how to hide a body. They gonna find that ass.
Right. So never mind. I'm sorry, guys. Do not Google how to hide a body. Like Joe did on You. If anybody watched that series, you need to go read books because no one's tracking the books you're reading. So go to a library and read like some old school how to get away with murder books.
Stop giving people like you giving them advice on how to hide bodies and do all this shit. Don't do that. We're not gonna do that.
I'm just saying. But I don't know. Like, I just feel if my child had murdered, like if they accidentally murdered somebody, I as a parent, I might feel like, okay, we need to figure this out. We gotta fix this because But if like in this case, Spencer is just Spencer is crazy.
Right.
Like
I mean,
there's no save. I can't. Like I'm sorry. He gotta go.
I mean, he like when the first movie first come on, you see her getting groomed up. Somebody's putting makeup on, which turns out to be Spencer's mother. But she wakes up in his bed, and like 2 minutes of sitting there, he's killing her. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He's straight murdering her. So it's a whole different thing. Like he is a whole serial killer, and she is making clones to him to continue to be a serial. I can't say he's a serial killer because he's just killing that one person for now. At this point.
So what is the definition of a serial killer? I mean,
I guess the definition of a serial killer is somebody that kills multiple people.
But if she's different clone, if it's a different clone, would that not be different? Like he's a mono killer of the same person? Like I'm confused. Like I don't know. Spencer is a bad guy. He's bad.
Yeah, but I mean, but okay, so which brings me to my first question. Well, we didn't even finish the first question. The first question is like, how far would you go? And depending on what kind of parent you are, some people will go all the way. So where do you draw the line is the question. And then everybody's answer is going to be different on this.
Yeah. Well, and also depend on the child. Because, you got the good kid and you like, yeah, you going straight to Ivy League. So I'm going to take care of you. And then you got like the bad kid like, damn it, just like your damn daddy. I'm sorry. You got to pay for your crimes.
I resent that. But yeah, I mean, but remember, he later on in the movie, you find out that he has been homeschooled because he caught a body early in his life. He pushed the girl off of the playground little thing, and she later died. Mm-hmm. So he already caught one body, and Ashley turns out to be his second body. So the answer, well, I don't know about covering up and all that stuff because that's depends on who you are, whether covered up. But the whole point of it is, would you, if you was a geneticist, would you keep making clones for him to kill? Because remember, she thinks she's doing therapy. How? I would never understand. Like, how you doing therapy? You got a killer who caught two bodies. He's probably 18, 19 years old. Right. And you got him locked up in the house and continue to kill. And then you want him to write about it to make the girl more real,
But I think she was just trying to create a safe place for him to commit all his murders. Like,
you see how crazy that sounds, right?
It does, but I feel like she, instead of like, don't go out there and do it in the streets, do it at home. You know how some parents be like, don't drink, you can drink in the house, so you ain't gotta worry about going out there drinking.
Smoke weed in the house, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was kind of like that, like, yeah, don't kill in the streets, kill right here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you somebody to kill.
That is the I mean, that's going too far, man. That is going too far. Go too far. Now, I'm not saying that she should straight turn him in. Because if it was my child, I'm not gonna lie. I probably would not turn my child.
If they're a serial killer.
He's not a serial killer. At this point right here, he's not a serial killer. Because he killed somebody on accident. Well, I wouldn't say accident, but he was a child. And he didn't understand what he was doing. That's what I think. He was like 8 or 9 years old. He put somebody
He knew. I'm about to push this girl off the top of this thing because I want to be king of the jungle.
I think at that age, he probably think he was just trying to hurt her. He wasn't like she's going to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to take her life. You know what I'm saying? Ashley, he meant to take her life. He choked her and slammed her head into the ground. He was a full-grown man then. He knew exactly what he was doing.
But why did he kill Ashley? Why? Why did he kill her? Like, what was his reasoning? Because I didn't see the purpose in her murder. Like, so he's crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy. And I watched this movie like 3 times. I still don't know why he killed her. Still don't know. That is a damn mystery. Like, why'd you kill her? It makes no sense to me.
That's why I said I think he has serial killer tendencies. Like,
he definitely does.
I mean, I felt like he was killing the dogs at home, because there was a scene where the mom was talking to Ashley about the pets in the yard, the little barrel plot thing.
And they had to quote unquote
accidents,
accidents.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
And then she told Ashley, my son found you. You had an accident.
Right.
So like, wow, okay. Right. So it's like he was murdering those pets. He murdered a little girl, and then the mom pretty much locked him in the house, and that's what kind of paused the murders until he ran into Ashley, and then she was the victim, like instantly the victim.
Well, what really paused the murders is she took him out there where he didn't have contact with anybody but his mother.
Right.
So
the isolation.
Yeah, the isolation got to him. But to me, but they didn't say that he actually killed the dogs. And he, but I
he
think
murdered them dogs.
I think he
murdered them.
That crazy motherfucker killed us all. But okay, so let's just say he killed the dogs, then he messes around and kills Ashley. Right then and there, you should know that your son has a thirst for blood.
Right.
He has a thirst for blood. He go out there in the real world,
and that's why he gotta go.
He's gonna kill everybody that pisses him off.
That's why he gotta go.
Yeah, but part of the reason of the question you asked is like, why did he kill Ashley in the first place? I think he made him mad, and she made him mad, and he felt uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Or he just loosened that head of his.
Yeah, that too. You can't deny that. But she was like rubbing, like brushing a little butt against him. You know what I'm saying? Grabbing his hands and making it feel all over her body and stuff like that. And then he tried to move up a little bit to her little breasts or whatever. And then she was like, "Oh, slow down, cowboy," and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he felt embarrassed.
I don't know. I don't think he was embarrassed. I just
he felt some kind of way because I can't remember why the reason why he said he pushed the girl off the thing, because remember he said something about him feeling embarrassed, or he felt some kind of way about that too.
Oh yeah, he did give some kind of explanation. No, he wanted to be something. He said
the king of the fucking jungle. You know what I'm saying? So he thought he was gonna get something from this girl or something like that, and she kind of like made him feel bad. So yeah, he killed her. So that right there telling me you killed somebody for anything.
Yeah, and really, all he had to do was wait. Because I mean, she went in the bathroom. She had to get high, to get ready to take it for the team.
Yeah, snort that devil's dandruff, that little booger sugar.
So yes, I mean. But even with that, it's like it was instantly like he attacked her. So I just felt like he just had a thirst for blood. It was just like, okay, you gotta, I'm done. Like I ain't killed nobody in a while, so mom ain't buying no more dogs. So I guess it's you.
Right. So I mean, I don't know, but that I don't think there is no question to that answer because it goes by different parents. Some people will go full extent for their kid, others won't, others go halfway, and some people would turn them in.
But when you draw the line?
Yeah,
I guess the thing is when would you draw the line? It's in his case.
To me as a parent, you have to draw the line somewhere. But see, she didn't turn him in. It's 3 steps to this. I see it. You could turn him in, or you could help him hide the body. That's halfway. Or the fullest extent is you could also hide the body and try to take him through your own self-proclaimed therapy as a geneticist and make more clones for this motherfucker to choke the shit out of. You know what I'm saying? So she went to the fullest extent to not only to try to cover him from and save him, she also tried to repair him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that I believe that is going. You can't call her a bad mother, but because she tried to go all the way for her son.
So okay, so with that, so who do you feel is the biggest monster in this movie then?
What I just said, the mother is the biggest monster.
The mother, but you said she went all the way for her son though.
She did.
So she was doing her motherly duties. That mother was just as crazy as that boy.
You guys. I mean, she was just as crazy as that boy. So both of them are crazy, and both of them are monsters in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because not only did you hide the body, which is all right, you want to hide the body and save your kid from jail. Let's go hide his body and whatever. But you also enabling him from getting better. You are creating every clone you create. he kills.
Mm-hmm.
He kills it because she wants to make the he wants a clone that's like her. I'm like, bro, you killed the original version. I can't remake what God created, bro. I know I'm a geneticist, but I can't redo this.
Yeah, and I think my issue with the mother is, instead of her telling her son killing is bad, let's find ways to stop you from killing.
Exactly.
It's pretty much less. I'm creating these clones to postpone you from killing or to prevent you from killing someone real.
Right.
Like, that's the issue I have with it, because it's like, you're not telling him no. It's like, it's as if she's accepted the fact that he's a serial killer. Like, all right, he want to kill things, so I accepted that fact. Let me find a way to kind of put a control over his killing,
right,
of what he can kill or when he can kill. I don't know. It's
I
crazy.
mean, but like my 3 steps said, you know, you go from calling the police, you know what I'm saying? You could consider that still being the mother, and you want him to pay for his crimes. You could still see her being the mother. Then you go to the next step, which is hiding the body. You could also see that as still being the mother and protecting her son. But as soon as she went the extra step of creating more clones and try to treat him as far as her own little crazy little serial killer therapy type shit, you know what I'm saying? She went from turning her son into her science project.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely do view him as more of an experiment.
He was an experiment.
Right.
He was like, the clinical thing is like trials. It was clinical trials that she was doing, but for therapy that she thought was right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, because she did have him keep a book, and she was like, write your feelings in this book, or
how can I
things
make
of that.
her more like her and all this stuff like that,
Right.
which is even more fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? So
was she being a good mother, or she was being a good scientist? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was she at that? If you look at it that way, like,
she was being more of a scientist than the mother, I feel. You know, and then once she turned her son into a science project, that's why I say she's a real monster. Because obviously he was born a killer, and that's hard to say because
we born serial killers.
Well, he I don't know where. I don't think killing is like you get it from a gene, but he started killing at a young age. Because me personally, I think he killed those damn dogs, and then he killed the little girl, and then the first person he sees that we know of, he kills her. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And then every clone that she makes out of that, he continues to kill that because she is not like the original one. So he's fucking crazy. Yeah. He's nuts. He got his screw loose. So I mean, but he's gonna do what he's always done. He's always been a killer, it seemed like. So to me, she's a real monster because she adapted to what her son's behavior and covering up and thinks she's trying to fix him.
She fed the beast then.
Yes, you're feeding the beast. You find the monster instead of leaving the monster or anything else you could do with the monster. You feed it, and you feed it humans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even though it's not humans, it's clones. You know. So okay. So next question: should clones have rights? Every little Ashley that she created, you know, since we feed it the beast now. You know what I'm saying? And we feeding it actual humans. Well, I guess you could say humans, but these are clones of people.
Right. So, like, I don't know. I felt like, does Ashley deserve to die over and over and over again at the hands of this monster? Like,
how the fuck she know?
I mean, well, I mean, but still, it's like,
well, she does get memories. She starts to get memories at the last version of Ashley. She starts to get memories. She started to remember, and she started having like little visions or dreams of her getting choked out to death and dragged and all that shit, just like she died. So
how horrible is that? Like, even if you're a clone, it's just the thought of dying over and over at the hands of someone. It kind of reminded me of Westworld. Like, I felt bad for the little machines there on that show. On the show, it's like, once you realize that, man, I am like, people want to kill me over. Like, I have to die. My whole purpose is to die. Like, that's crazy. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
but something like Westworld, those people went there and killed for fun. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So with the mom's little trials and stuff like that, how you know? And with mom's little trials and Westworld, how you know they wasn't finna take that out into the world? So I don't really get what she was getting to with these damn trials and stuff like that. That's beyond me. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
I guess she, I don't know. Like, I guess she felt maybe that if she was able to um pretty much feed his hunger at home, give him a safe place for the murders, that he wouldn't have a desire to leave or to hurt other people. But I mean, my thing is she has to get older. So what happens when she dies or something?
right?
Like, now here's this guy for years on years on years been killing clones. Now don't have anyone to say don't go out in the world, and he doesn't. If he don't know how to make these clones, then what happens then?
He start killing regular people,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So if the clones, like let's get on the clone thing. So do you think people should be cloned?
I don't. I don't know. I really don't see a purpose of it. Like, I feel like it's a catch-22, because when, I mean, maybe like, okay, if let's say maybe you need a new body part or something, and they can clone this person, this you, and use the body parts from that. I mean, even that sounds crazy, but
No, but remember that was her business. Her
right,
business was to make
organ
clones.
cloning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you make clones and you could harvest their organs. You need a new heart, you need a new liver, you need a new lung, whatever.
But that's saving lives.
That's saving lives. But as soon as they up living, breathing, walking, talking, fucking, you know what I'm saying?
What? That's Westworld there.
I mean, where do you draw the line with that clone shit? Because that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I think should clones who have rights? Maybe.
I mean, because if they have to have some sort of rights, because if not, then it'll get to the point where people are going overboard with them. Like, I don't know. I can see. I don't know. I'm like just thinking like, some millionaire like clone a bunch of clones, and they're working his factory. So now he don't need real people because the clones can work all day and all night or something. I don't know.
Okay, so think of another sense. A mother, her son dies, and we talking about clones like Ashley. You know what I'm saying? She just woke up. She felt like a normal person and everything. Only thing you got to do is literally add memories. So it's like she got Alzheimer's or some shit like that. You just gotta tell her, but she don't, because she gonna remember one thing one time, and she gonna think that's her life. So you pretty much talk to her and tell her all the memories, show pictures, social media, because we all got our lives on social media. So a mother lost her son, and she could show him social media and tell him all these things, and he can have these memories of himself.
True,
should that mother go without her son?
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
But the purpose of living is to die. Like, if we take away death to the point that when people die, we could just make clones to recreate them, then that will take away the actual. That will take away the scare. It take away being, life being special, because it's like, okay, well, if mom dies, then we're just gonna make another clone of mom, and she's gonna still be filling in the blanks. So it's gonna take away like treating people with, having that love, having that feeling of missing someone, because it's like, oh, whatever, if you die, we just get a clone of you.
Well, yeah, if one of us was to die, you know what I'm saying, it wouldn't really matter to us. But maybe, now this is the father talking, maybe I would want a clone made of me for my daughter, so she doesn't have to grow old without her father. You know what I'm saying? And she's young right now, and she wants and needs her father. But you know what I'm saying? So why not make a clone to be there for my daughter until she hit a certain age and understand that her father is actually gone, and this is not her real father.
So manipulation.
I mean,
what that would be. So
I mean, because me, the father. This is me, the father talking.
So the
Like,
child would never go to your funeral? Like, it'll just be, dad dies, we secretly bury him, we make a clone of him, and then now this clone is taking the place of dad.
Because I don't want my daughter to go without her father.
But
I don't want that hurt for my child. You know what I'm saying?
But won't you think that, like, finding out later on in life, like, man, y'all tricked me. Like, I thought this was my real dad, and really it's no more than a simulate of something fake. Like, don't you think that would be more disheartening, once that's discovered later on in life?
Well, it depends. You leave a little message. It's like, yeah, I died when you was this age. You was 8, 9 years old, whatever. But I didn't want you to be without me until you understood what it means to be without somebody. You could handle it until you was old enough to handle it. I don't want you grown up not understanding what it's like to not have a father. You know what I'm saying? So you put a contingency plan in place. So if I die, you have somebody here that remembers everything, that loves you, that's going to teach you things.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I just can't agree with it, because it's like, so then what happens? What happens to the clone then after the child grows up? Do we just like, okay, now we're just gonna off the clone? Like, good? Like,
well,
do we just keep it?
My daughter's like young and then lives. Let's say she's 8 years old, so the clone lives since she's like 20 or 21. So now what? We just going off the clone?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess that the only issue would be like, how does that end? Because the clone wouldn't die unless you kill it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, okay, well, we created this fake memories or this fake sense of life, and now we don't need you anymore. So here's the off switch. Go sit in the closet. Like, I don't know. That cloning is too crazy.
Yeah, it's a.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't know, because I mean, it depends on the reason and stuff like that, So some people want it for comfort. So you got a old woman whose son dies right before she does. You know what I'm saying? She's like on a deathbed, something like that, and the son dies. Should you not make a clone to and download it with the memories and stand next to her bedside and talk to her and tell her how much she loves her mother and all this? I remember this, I remember that, and talk to her mother until she dies. But we talking about rights for the clone. So what happens to that clone after that?
Right. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, it will get to the point where the clones will start outliving the people that it's made for.
That's true too.
And
do the clones grow old?
Right. Do they grow old, or do they just stay this one age forever? Just, how does that work? And they probably would. I don't think a clone's gonna grow. I don't think.
Yeah.
Not in the movies. They stay the same. So they will look the same way forever. And that's sad. I don't know.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's kind of horrible.
I mean, okay, so the mom was making the clones, right? Mm-hmm. And she was trying to do therapy on him and this and that. So, and he meets his girl, the other girl, Marissa. So, and we find out later on that he kills Marissa. So, does he definitely doesn't kill her for the same reason. I could honestly say that he had a reason to kill Marissa, but god damn, bro, like, how many bodies you gonna catch, bro?
Yeah, but Marissa's about to snitch on him.
Yeah, she was about to snitch, but Marissa made it, I wouldn't say she made it easy for his mother. The mother made it easy for him to kill Marissa because now, at this point, he has practice.
Oh, no, because he was already here. He had already killed some people prior to Marissa. I think.
No, he only killed the clones and the original Ashley.
And the girl from the school.
The girl from the school.
And the dog. So he already been killing things.
I mean, I think he killed the dogs when he was younger because the videos show that the mom showed Ashley was from him when he was younger. and then he also killed the other little girl when he was younger. So it's been years since he actually caught a real body.
Well, no, because he had killed Ashley, and then I don't know how quickly this. I don't know how like quickly it takes to make a clone, but it he'd already murdered Ashley, and Marissa, she kind of died in. If she would have stayed home and mind her own business, she wouldn't have died. Because I really do think Spencer did like her as much as a serial killer can like someone. I think he did like her. It's just she put his back against the wall in a sense because he wanted to protect his mom and himself.
You think you want to protect his mom? I ain't think he really gave
a
fuck.
Because he was like, because his mom asked why he did it, and he was like, well, she knew and she was going to tell.
She was going to call the cops and all that.
Right. And there was even a scene where he was like, I'll tell the police that I did it or something like that. He was like, I'll tell them that it was my fault that I did it. And I'm sitting there thinking like, you did do it, homie. You did it.
Boy, it seemed like you were ready to go to jail.
But the mom was like, no, we're gonna get through this or figure it out, whatever she said. So I don't know. He killed Marissa to save their secret. He felt like his mom took care of him, and this was his way of trying to protect. Because what his mom did was wrong. She did kind of she did help, after the murder. So I don't know. Do you feel that? Moral question: would something like this be appropriate to help serial killers? So creating let's say there's a ranch where serial killers can go and kill clones versus people.
Hell no. Hell no. Because like we said, you are feeding the beast. You know what I'm saying? You don't take somebody that got a thirst for blood and put them somewhere where they could continuously get blood. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, because I don't know. It seemed like in Westworld it worked because kind of what it was, people. It wasn't serial killers, but they were able to go and murder and do stuff that they know they can't do in the real world
and all that.
Yeah,
but how they wasn't gonna bring that back to real life? Especially you stay in that kind of environment for so long. How do you know like? After mom's little experiment, she dies or whatever, and she can't take care of them no more. How this man wasn't going to go killing little girls that he like everywhere? And if you like somebody, why the hell would you kill him?
Yeah, I don't.
I think the reason why he killed Ashley in the first place because he felt some type of way, and he had more of a reason to kill Marissa later on, But
I don't know. What do you feel that the mother should have warned Marissa? Like when she brought those cookies to the house, do you think she should have warned her? Or she should have just been like, like she did, like, oh, okay, thanks for the cookies.
What's she gonna say? Get away from him, bitch! My son's a murderer. You gonna choke the shit out you and smash your head into the ground.
No, like I said, she could have stepped outside with Marissa and, easily said like, hey, thanks for bringing these cookies by. But, my son has, mental health issues and you do not need to be alone with him.
That's true. She could have said that.
Yeah. And it gave her like a nice clean warning, not going too far into details. But, a nice warning like, hey, there might be something wrong with this. He's not a normal thinker. So be careful around him.
Yeah, but either way, I think she was going to do it anyway,
Yeah, because I think she had. Well, no, because by the time she brought the cookies, I don't think they had went to the museum at that part. I'm not quite sure.
No, by the time she had just met him when she brought the cookies. So they had went to the museum. Well, he drew her a picture first and gave it to her.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the second time they met. Well, third time after if you include bringing the cookies. But he brought her a picture, that he drew of her, and she really liked it. Then she ended up inviting him to the art exhibit, and they went and they found out that that she posted a picture of him, like enter it into the exhibit. Like you're saying, like your art should be shown off is really good, you know. But I'm not even sure if she had the right to do that, you know, because some people are like Erica Badu. I am an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. You know what I'm saying? So he could have been sensitive about it. He overreacted a little bit.
But I
You know?
think she was trying to be romantic. She was trying to be nice.
Yeah, she was trying to be nice.
And yeah, because she was like, she wanted him to know that he had good work, and his work was, it was nice enough to be on the walls with other, known artists or whatever. So
Right.
she was trying to give him a little bit of hope, and she was definitely trying to be nice to him. He just has social issues, so it was just hard for him to understand why she would do. I guess he felt like, I gave this to you. Why are you giving it away?
Right. Because remember, he has been locked up in that house since he killed that other girl on the playground. You know, and I think that's where he tells her that, right? Too.
Yeah. Yep. That's when they go into details, and he opens up to her, and I think that's probably why he liked Marissa. Why she wasn't murdered the first time they met, was because that she opened up to him about going to therapy for her eating disorder. And he was like, oh, you went to therapy? I went to therapy. So it was kind of like, you feel like something's wrong with you, and he feels the same. However, her issue is not killing people. Like,
right. I think they had that conversation about therapy and stuff when she invited him to the art exhibit.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure that's when it was. She invited him to the art exhibit, and they talk about therapy. Oh, this is what my therapist says. Oh yeah, I'll go to therapy. But really, this motherfucker's therapy is his mother making clones for him to work a murder.
Yeah, his therapy definitely didn't work because she apparently withdrew him from that, and she's doing her own sourcing of therapy. So
right. Okay, what else we got? What's the next question?
So let's see. There's a part in the movie where Ashley picks up one of Spencer's sketchbooks, and the clone Ashley. So while looking through that sketchbook, she finds she sees some of his drawing. One is her, where he drew her dead, eyes rolled up in her head and all this. If you were to see something like that in someone's notebook, how would you feel? Like, what would you do?
I'll be creeped out just like she was. I'll be trying, especially if he's right there, or she. Well, I'm talking about her. So if she's standing there and she see that, and she's dead, like drawing the picture of she's dead, like she has every reason to be creeped out and wanting to get the hell from around there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like she did play it cool, because I, like in the movie, I probably would have did the same. Try to play it cool, like, I'm gonna pretend like I didn't just see myself dead here, because obviously there's something wrong. So, but it still didn't hurt because it didn't help her because she still was murdered. But,
right. But that was a clone version,
right? And it helped to. But I think that started to trigger some of those memories, because she remembered. I think the next time she was cloned, she was able to remember being choked out in the room. So I think, because he killed her. Yep.
Yeah. So she had every right to freak out. But we also talking about the clone. So like, we going back to the conversation, like, what you gonna do with the clones and stuff like that. Obviously, she had feelings. She felt fear. She felt emotions and stuff like that. So, is it wrong for her mother to be creating these clones for her son to kill? And realistically, yes.
Yeah.
You get mad if people kill animals because they feel fear, but dogs and stuff like that, they feel emotion. Remember, Mike Vick went to jail for dog fighting. You know what I'm saying? So why shouldn't he go to jail for killing damn clones? You know what I'm saying? It would be similar to the same thing, but these are walking, talking clones.
But devil's advocate, she created the clones for the purpose of being murdered. So is that bad? I mean, the purpose of it being alive is to die.
Shit, I'm pretty sure the army would do the same thing. The military, if they had the power to make clones and for soldiers,
Training or something.
yeah, they'll practice on real life. They want to get their soldiers used to actually taking life. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, but we don't want to develop killers. Like,
depends on what kind of war you in. If we in World War II, you tell me basic training, people get Vietnam. Like my dad got drafted into Vietnam. You telling me that wouldn't have been good in basic training?
No, but
for him to get used to taking actual life, somebody living, breathing,
no,
talking.
I don't think so, because it's like,
because he might do what? He might bring that into the real world.
Well, not even that, because we're not trying to train assassins now. It's just because not everybody that joins the military because like, well, that would be crazy. Like, okay, in order to pass basic training, you gotta kill a clone. Like, that's too much. Like, because not everybody that joins ever pull that trigger to murder someone.
Not at all.
So it's and I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't know about that topic.
yeah, that's sticky right there, right? All right, so what else we got? What else do we have? Let's see. So, are there any similarities to Marissa and Ashley?
No. Ashley was pretty much Ashley was a little bit rough around the edges. Marissa was very sweet and nice. Definitely young. Ashley was more. Well, Ashley was a criminal, so Ashley was a criminal now. So she been around the block a few times. Stole a couple of pagers, cell phones, and cars.
Yeah, whatever it may be.
But Marissa was definitely she was sweeter.
She was sweeter, and I give it. She was innocent until she started prying into this man's business. Remember, the only reason he really killed her because he was about to call the cops. She was about to call the cops. So,
she did call the cops.
She walked up into this man's house late at night. Like, you have no idea who you messing with. You know what I'm saying? You really don't know this guy like that. And just because you dropping this man off at the art exhibit, and you see a female through his window, and it could be his sister or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But then you show up another day, and you take a picture. Almost got caught by the mom too. You take a picture of Marissa, then you go home and Google search and play the natural woman's occupation
because she wanted to know who the woman was. I mean, he said that the only person lived in the house was him and his mother, and then she sees a female in the house. It was like, okay, y'all got a maid or something. Right. And then she goes another day to the home, and she's outside. The same female's outside with the mother. I'm sure she's probably thinking like, that is that his girlfriend? Like, is he playing me? Yeah. I think her feeling was more into that. That's true. Yeah, I think that was more of her little boyfriend girlfriend jealousy type thing than anything.
I think you covering for her because she's a female, and y'all natural occupation is a detective. So y'all got to look into things, and if you want to know something, you are definitely gonna find out what's going on.
Sure. I mean, I would have did some investigation too, because if you're telling me, yeah, it's just you and your mom live here, and on several occasions I've seen another woman there, I mean, I would definitely have to, I don't know. I'm gonna need to know, like, who is she? But she kind of went a little bit overboard going to that man's house, and I think Ashley had threw something upstairs. And she was like, oh, she's here? She's upstairs? And it's like, okay, calm down. What you about to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you done barred, you made your way into this man's house, and now you just gonna, I don't know. She was doing a little too much. She was on that little jealousy page.
Yeah, but that eventually got killed. But remember, he killed Ashley and Marissa differently. He tried to kill them the same at first, but Marissa put up a little bit more of a fight, and she grabbed a bottle, hit him over the head with it, and
She
then
did, yeah.
and he ended up getting a better hand on it, got on top of her, and he ended up grabbing the broken glass, and killing her, and Ashley seen it.
Right. Yeah.
And that's when she ran down there into the lab and found out she was a clone and all that. Right before Mom showed up.
Now, how would you feel if you just, I don't know, woke up tomorrow and realized that somehow, some way, you're a clone? Like, how would you feel?
I mean,
How
I mean,
would life be?
for one, I don't feel like I have rights. I have damn rights.
Oh,
I
whatever.
would not tolerate nothing like Black Lives Matter and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I have rights because how is she supposed to know? She waking up and she feels normal. She thinks she's a real person. She just have missing memories. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but okay. So Marissa, is she at fault for being nosy?
Yes, because you don't just walk in somebody's house. I don't care what you think. I felt like Marissa felt that Spencer was a good guy because she called herself going over there to try to warn him that there's a robber, whatever burglar, whatever she's supposed to be in charge with. There's a criminal. There's a criminal in his house and all that. So she felt, like she's trying to protect him, but really, I mean, you already text him. He didn't text you back. He's a grown man. He can protect himself. Like, I felt like she was doing way too much, especially just barging her way into his home. She was doing way too much.
Of course, she was doing too much. I mean, what else does?
I can't.
I ain't gonna start. I mean, but yeah, she definitely did too much. I mean, but did she warrant her own death? No, absolutely not. That man did not need to kill her.
She should have left well enough alone.
Yeah, but being his nature is to kill.
But he had went all that time without murdering her. I just felt like Marissa character was a little naive because even when they first met, she was like, oh yeah, my parents, they're out of the country for the summer. I'm here all alone. Hey, random guy, help me bring boxes to my house. Like, I felt she was just too trusting. She was way too trusting.
She gave up all her information, telling her she was home alone and stuff like that. So
yeah, and
I mean, what does she probably thought she was obviously interested in him at first sight, and so was he. So does being cute, or does cute guys automatically get a pass?
Pretty boys do.
They automatically get trust.
Yes, they get trust. He's too cute to kill someone.
And
like,
that's crazy.
That's not happening. Like,
that's crazy.
Look at him.
And that's why you see a bunch of cute dudes in jail for damn rape and murder because somebody trusted him and let that man in, and he end up being.
Pretty boys do not. They don't have time to hurt people. They break hearts, not stab them. Okay.
Shit, obviously not. There's plenty of good-looking people in jail, male and female. And it started off with somebody trusting them a little bit too much, and they go overboard. Like, damn, Spencer.
No, Spencer, he was awkward, and I think she just wanted to be that person to overlook his awkwardness and to pretty much all the red flags, she wanted to overlook it in order to make him feel accepted. But she made a bad decision. I mean, and it cost her life at the end of this movie.
Yeah, it did. Yes, it did. So, let's see. About the end of the movie.
All right, so towards the end, the mother made it seem like she saved Ashley. When she came in and saw Ashley was in the lab and all that, she pretty much was like, you could have been rotting in a cage, or you would have been rotting in a cage. I gave you a better chance at life, things like that.
Shit.
do you
She get a better chance to get murdered
right?
because that's the only thing was going to happen.
I mean, do you feel that the mother? I guess I mean, I guess the mother thing was, you know, Ashley. Well, she was wanted,
Right.
and Ashley had those past memories made Ashley who she was. So the mother kind of gave Ashley limited memories to make her, I guess to make her, the nice person that she was or whatever.
Right, because she was going through her social media.
And she's only showing bits and pieces of her life to kind of make her this person. Do you feel that let's say if let's say for some reason you lose all your memories, and someone, instead of them deciding to give you all your memories, choose bits and pieces of it to give you, do you feel like that would be manipulation, or would you prefer something like that?
Well, remember, she was trying to make it more real, and I don't care how many clones you get, you can never really make that original person and give them every single memory or experience that they had, because some of us post a lot on social media, but it's also the things that we don't post on social media and stuff like that you can find on a simple Google search on people that's going to tell you exactly who they are. A lot of us had other experiences that we learn things that's not on social media or on the internet. Only those two people know, or whoever's involved know what happened. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, true.
It's not manipulation, because I see her as the scientist. She's not a mother right now. She's a scientist doing an experiment, and she's trying to make it real for her son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no way she could fully manipulate the whole situation because she doesn't have all the facts.
True. I mean, that is true. True. But yeah, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
Let me think about it.
I mean, you can't really tell a person who they are just by looking up social media, looking up pictures. I mean, you could tell them the basis of who they are. These are your mother, this are your father. This is what you look like when you was a child. You went here, you went there, and all that, all the funds you had, and all that stuff like that you posted up on social media. But a lot of us have experience, especially those older ones. We had experiences before social media, that we can't.
Right, that will never be up there. And trust me, I know some of my stuff will never be up there.
Right.
All right, so we're winding down to the end of the show. So I want to sum up towards the end of the movie, the mother is caught shredding Spencer items, and at the very end, Spencer emerges. A new Spencer emerges from this black liquid that Ashley became. So pretty much the mom made a new son. Do you feel that, really quick, do you feel that the new Spencer, do you feel like this mother is going to make the perfect son at this point, now knowing that she can pick and choose memories for him?
Yeah, well, at least she's going to get a son that doesn't kill. You know what I'm saying? It probably won't be a perfect son, because still, that's not going to be your son, Because no matter how many memories you download, well, she's been with it his whole life. She knows something.
I'm about to say she should know the majority.
So maybe she can, but that's still, she gonna know deep down that's not her son, So I don't know, is that going to change how she feel about him, how she treat him, and all that?
Well, at this point, would you rather have the new clone son with that's not murdering people, or the son that has murdered multiple people?
But the son died.
But true, but
Ashley killed him.
But the mother don't want to be alone, and she's made this new son. She can make this new son perfect, even though he's dead. Yeah, the real him is dead, but she's obviously a-okay with living with these clones and talking to these clones and building relationships with them. So at this point, she can make the son she wished she had, or the son that it's not the serial killer.
Shit, that's fucked up too.
I mean, it is, but it's no different than, people being able to make babies where they can pick, what kind of eye color you want, what kind of genetics you want. Like, it's kind of being the creator, like having control to create something. If you can do this, I guess, would you want to do it?
Well,
If you could make the perfect child, would you want to make the perfect child?
Well, that's, to me, that's more hitting on the God complex. You got a God complex if you want to pick the eye color, the shape of the face, the shape of the nose.
But would you do it? But would you do it? If you could make the perfect child any way you want it, you know, any memories, make this child, you can make this, form this child into this perfect person who you think is perfect, would you do it?
I mean, what is the perfect child?
Whatever you want it to be, because at this point, this thing is going to be blank. She's going to put every memory or every thought into this to make it how she wanted.
Right.
So would you do it?
Maybe. I'm not sure. That requires some deep thinking.
Man, I definitely do it. Please, I have perfect little troopers. Like, all right, there we go.
Man,
House stay clean.
You want a whole crew of little worker bees.
Exactly.
Man,
be so smart. I'm telling you, man.
But is she wrong for cloning her son?
I don't think so, because she has the capability of doing it. She did it for less. She's cloned just for murder. So at this point, this gives her a companion.
But the son would be only for her. Yeah, like you said, a companion, because she can't. Obviously, he is dead on paper.
Right.
Like, it's different with Ashley, because nobody knows Ashley is dead.
But
that's why Ashley went to jail for the clone. Ashley went to jail for the original Ashley's crime.
Right, but keep in mind, the mother said that she was quitting her job. She was selling the house, so she can finally be at peace with her and her new son.
Well, part of being a parent, you want your child to have a life. Her clone son would never have an actual life because he is dead on paper.
But the real son didn't either. Keep in mind, the real son was locked in her home.
Yeah, which
she could not leave because she was scared he was going to murder. So it's no difference.
But how long?
It's no different at the end of the day.
Yeah, how long does she expect that to last? Because, okay, so you keeping a clone of your son, and you might die. What is this clone gonna do? It's gonna walk around. My name's Spencer.
I mean, it at that point, it really wouldn't be in her concern because she'd be dead. It's done and over with.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so we're getting down to the end of the show, guys. So we're doing a rating system for the show. So our rating is, this movie, did it give us a lesson? Was it a blessing for us, or a curse? I would say this movie, I would say it's a lesson. To show that maybe when we say we'll do anything for our child, we might not do anything for our child, because there's no way I am taking up for a serial killer. What do you say?
I say it's a lesson. I would being a blessing, just say blessing is just a all around great movie, and it really helps you, or curse is just a curse on your life. But I think it's a lesson. There's a lot to learn during this movie. It's a lot to learn to the psychotics of a person. The ins and out of how some people mind, and it shows me like everybody's not brought up the same. Everybody's not the same. So
yeah. Well, hey guys, you can please do check out our site twinkaberry.com for the list of movies for the month of January. Next week, the story will be the movie will be Blue Story. So it is a British flick, so make sure you have them subtitles on while watching that. Is there anything that want to give your shout outs, your tags, all that stuff?
Yeah, just contact us on the website. Write us any feedback, any questions you might want to ask. We thinking about doing like a recap episode of the podcast with all of your questions. So, and we will answer them and discuss anything that we might have missed, any scenarios that we looked over, anything like that. So just let us know. Hit me up on Instagram. Is DJ TWIN2. with two spelled out TWO. DJ TWINTWO. And hit up the website. Let us know what you think. And we will be back with another episode next week of Blue Story.
All right. Bye, guys. Take care.
Yup. Be easy.